So Henri Richard has said in many published reports over the years before his passing that this player was not given enough of a chance by the Montreal Canadiens to make the team. He said this guy had great skill, and I should know I'm his brother. And you're saying to yourself, there's a third Richard? Yeah, well, some people used to joke he was the vest pocket rocket, but despite his great skill, Claude Richard never made it to the Montreal Canadiens. Now, Maurice, of course, was the elder of the Richard brothers, playing 18 seasons from 42 to 60. When Henri joined, he lasted until the mid-70s from 55 on. Now, he won 11 Stanley Cups. You know, he knew talent, eh? But when Claude Richard showed up on the scene, he was 1 year younger than Henri and did receive 2 tryouts with the Canadiens in 58 and 59. Now, he was a right-handed right winger as opposed to Maurice, who was left-handed shot off the right wing. Now, he did well in training camp scrimmages and exhibition games, as the three brothers would often form a line, with the Rockets switching to the opposite wing and Henri playing center. Now, the youngest Richard brother began the Canadiens' system as far back as the 54 season, playing alongside Henri with the QJHL Junior Canadiens. While Henri was the talk of the league, posting 109 points, including 56 goals in 55 games, Claude only managed to appear 1 game with the club. When Henri soon to graduate to the Habs, Claude moved on to the Hull Ottawa Canadiens, a legendary farm club of the Habs that played in 3 leagues at once during the course of the season. Now, in the 58 campaign, Hull Ottawa played in both the EOHL and the JOHA circuits, and the 20-year-old Claude had his best season, scoring 36 goals and 34 assists in 62 games. Now, Hull Ottawa was a force that season, and players on the squad included future Canadians Gilles and J.C. Tremblay, Ralph Backstrom, and Bobby Russo. The team was run by Sam Pollock and coached by Scotty Bowman, and finished the year as a repeat Memorial Cup champions. Now, during the Canadian string of 5 cups, their practices and scrimmages were practically legendary themselves for being high-intensity workouts that participants involved often claim were more vigorous physically and faster tempo-wise than the actual league games the club played against their original 6 rivals. In essence, it didn't take long to assess whether a newcomer could keep up. This was an environment in which Claude competed for a position in the Habs organization. Now, Claude, although he's 2 inches taller than Henri at 5'9" and slightly heavier, did not make the grade in the eyes of the critics and the coaching staff. In his brother's words, he wasn't a good skater, he had a good shot, then there were only 6 teams. If it had been in the 70s, he might have made the NHL. Now, the Canadiens were hoping the youngest Richard would make the team. They felt that his addition to the club might rejuvenate Maurice and keep him in the league a season or 2 more for obviously playing with his younger brother. He was invited to the 1960 Canadiens camp, but was cut and then joined the EPHL Hull Ottawa entry for his first pro season. His time there was short-lived, and after 23 games, Claude sought to clear NHL waivers in order to regain his amateur status so that he could participate in the Olympics and the Allen Cup tournaments. Now, Richard then joined the EHL Jersey Larks in 61, wearing his brothers in the famous number 9 for 23 games, and the following season played back in the city with the Montreal Olympics, an amateur ETSHL team destined for the Allen Cup. The Olympics, backed by Martin Berdeur's father Dennis in goal, made its way to the Allen Cup final, but did not win. Claude Richard finished his final season in hockey with the Olympics with 30 goals and 36 assists in 57 games. Now, the vest pocket rocket time after hockey is kind of fuzzy because most media reports haven't really tracked him down because a lot of people felt it must have been quite a challenge playing in the shadows of 2 famous hockey brothers, knowing and being made constantly aware of shortcomings in comparison to living legends. Like we talked about, like Brent and Keith Gretzky, there's a lot of parallels there. But I think with Claude, if Claude would have played senior hockey in the Maritimes or maybe in the States, it might be interesting. Because he had skills. My dad told me that. He read reports saying he was comparable to like a Keith Acton type of style, that medium size, not power forward, but, skilled forward. Now, the aspect of Claude Richard, if you look at Internet Hockey database, it also talks about the fact is, he was probably a little more in the aspect of, if he would have put on a little bit of weight, is what I'm saying, because the leagues he was in was all speed game. But the thing is, when you're Richard or a Gretzky or a Hull or whatever, they're going to take a second look at you because for obvious reasons, But anyway, it would have been interesting though if if Montreal would have tried him like for a 5-game call-up. I would have been totally behind that, especially when Maurice had retired in the early 60s, where Montreal was looking for prospects. Anyway, so that's a curious case of the legendary member of the Richard family, Claude. We thank you for listening. Give us a like, comment, or subscribe. Tell us how you feel. Take care if you want to make requests. But if any anecdotes about any of the podcasts we're doing, we're getting various anecdotes from family members of NHL players we've been covering. We'd love to hear them, and I know our followers would as well. Have a good day. Bye.